beginning of June. The draft schedule, if you look at the next block, they looked at rotating days. One of the ideas that the teachers came out with is that your Monday holidays, because we have Monday is a Monday, Tuesday is always a Tuesday and whatnot, your Monday holidays, even though there's only 3 of them, you do affect not only the exploratory teachers, but you also expect the double periods. It really affects those classes. When you look at the amount of Fridays that we've missed 6 Fridays. That's not, 7 if you count the snow day, but 6, normally we would miss Fridays. And that affects, again, the Friday kids. So if you have, your double block is on Friday of English, you're missing some English time, and over the course of the year, that's quite a bit of time. So they were looking at a rotating schedule, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would then continue so that everyone has an equivalent amount of day 1, day 2, and day 3s. They also were looking at a rotating schedule, which I think is very important. What you see there in that block is purely just a 5-day schedule, 6-period day. On the Tuesday, your afternoon classes are in the morning, and your morning classes are in the afternoon. With the idea that kids are more alert in the morning, they're more to have the teachers looking at their afternoon classes are very difficult. The children are tired, it's a long day, especially when you look at some of the 5th grade kids who are coming in, they're already coming an hour earlier than they were used to coming in, and now their afternoon is really dragging for them. And so that's all, when we looked at the schedule, we looked at flipping the Tuesday schedule around just so that it sort of lends that rotation. The next block, we're looking at placing the homeroom back in the beginning part of the school day. When I spoke to the staff about it in September of this school year, I had told them, I want to see if this is going to work on the tardy. We had an awful lot of tardies in the past, and let's see if we can fix this. With the idea that parents do not want their child to miss at 7:30, be late, because now you're not missing homeroom, you're missing an academic period. In theory, that sounded wonderful. It didn't help the tardy issue, though. We had approximately the same amount of tardies last year as we've had years in the past. So I'm working with the school counseling on an idea that a couple parents had given to me, and we'll see how that works. What we're looking at next year, grade 5 is going to look similar, 3 teams of teachers. We're looking at bringing a language-based classroom down to grade 5. Grade 6, we're going to look at opening up a language-based classroom for the 6th grade with some opportunities with a flexible schedule for people to, teachers to do some tutoring, some extra work, with kids. 7th and 8th grade is continually going to look similar to this year, which again has some time in the schedule for teachers to do some tutoring, has a language-based classroom in both 7th grade and 8th grade. And again, it's important that a lot of the teachers gave their input about the schedule. I wanted to reflect some of their thoughts into the new schedule, but also I want to get back to them, within a timely amount of time, what does the schedule look like next year, so that they can start to prepare and what I will be teaching and whatnot. And that's, like Mrs. Tutelo said, I'd like to finish that up sometime in early June.
Thank you.
He answered my question about the homeroom.
Okay.
So,
Jim?
So the rotating days, that's independent of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
That's totally independent
Okay.
of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
But this year, you're running on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
This year it is a Monday
Okay.
through Friday schedule, and that's what's happened.
Okay.
We miss actually 7
Yeah.
Fridays, which is, just,
Right. Yep.
so.
The
Gotcha.
year before last, it was rotating A day, B day,
Yeah,
C
exactly,
day,
yes.
so,
It was a 6-day schedule
It was
last year
6 day and not
also,
5, right.
And it rotated through. So,
and
yep.
you're looking to still keep the 3 lunches and not add the 4th
Still,
back in?
yeah, I did, yes, I'm sorry, I didn't make mention of that, but, yeah, still keeping the 3 lunches
And it's
into
going
the
to
schedule.
split the same, I guess, 5th and 6th, and
Yes.
6th and 7th, and then 7th and 8th?
Yep.
Okay.
And it all really depends upon how many sixth graders will be in there, because the fifth grade class next year will be very large.
Oh.
So that's going to cut down on the amount of sixth graders in that first lunch and whatnot, so, yep.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Thank you.
Thank you.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
Mrs. Wilkinson could not be here tonight. She's got a family issue that she's dealing with. So I will schedule her for the next
Okay.
school committee meeting. She asked
Okay.
me to apologize for her.
All right, report on FinCom meeting last night?
FinCom meeting last night, we met with them, I don't know, sometime after 10 o'clock, or it seemed like 10 o'clock at night, at least when I left. No, really, we started around 8:30 or so, and we spent a good half an hour, 45 minutes, just going over what has gone into the budget that the school committee prepared. I think they were happy about the level of explanation that we brought to them, that people who have been here at the school committee have heard. They may not have heard all of it. We talked about, using some of the special ed savings to cover some of the losses from ARA. We explained how big the loss is from ARA, about $250,000. We explained about the difficulty we've had all year with reduced staffing and increased class sizes or increased workloads. And we talked quite a bit about the needs in the district improvement plan that are not just frivolous, but they're core needs. For example, we had a lot of questions about the accreditation. What happens if you don't get accredited? We lose money, we lose the ability to send students to certain schools. We become a different kind of district if we don't take care of some of these improvement needs. And if I were to summarize, the tone was, that's great, we love your analysis, we love the approach that you've taken, however, we just don't have an additional $200,000 plus. Where would you expect us to get it? And we're like, well, there's a pot of money, and how you divide it is a question. Where do you put the priorities? And we went around the table trying to figure, throw some ideas across the table. And I think at the end of the day, it was, well, we can't quite be the ones to decide by ourselves what those priorities are. So the idea was, well, we don't have the money, so if we can't be the ones to figure out where the money's going to come from, then maybe we need to kick it back to the subcommittee, the budgeting subcommittee of the town that has 2 selectmen, 2 FinCom, 2 school committee members, the town administrator and myself. Although, again, it's one of those things when each board meets separately, how do you come up with a specific day to do that? I know at one point in time we thought we were going to do this tomorrow, and then when I contacted the town about tomorrow's meeting, because I have an engagement that I was hoping not to have to miss, they said, oh, no, tomorrow we're just having a selectmen's meeting to get informed on the budget. So it's not, that tomorrow night is not supposed to be the budget subcommittee meeting. I did promise them that if there were any questions about the budget, that I would go next Monday, which I think is a regular scheduled meeting, and answer any questions that the selectmen had in regards to our budget, that I would go to that meeting on Monday. But they are still having that meeting for the selectmen tomorrow, and my guess is it'll be all the other departments presenting, or at least being present to listen and to perhaps provide feedback to the selectmen on their budgets as they deliberate towards putting together the warrant, which is, I believe, they're going to look at it right on Monday.
Mike, do you have anything to add? You were there.
Yes.
We did have an opportunity, and Dr. Colley presented a very good overview of the school budget as recommended by the school committee. I think we clarified the definition of a school improvement plan, that it's a 5-stage process due to economic limitations. The very limited list that we're implementing is a must-have list. I think we clarified that. This isn't a wish list. This is a must-have list to simply maintain an acceptable level of education. So we addressed that. There were some misconceptions. Some of the members were under the impression that salary increases beyond steps and lanes were included in our budget. As we all know, our final approved budget did not include any salary increases, so we had some good dialogue on that. And at the end of the conversation, which did focus primarily on our school budget and the fact that we're asking for $225,000 above last year.